When I heard about this case, this was an individual wanted for out of Toledo. I called my union counterpart in Toledo. I said, hey, good news, we have your guy. Your guy committed a murder, chose to fled to our town. I'll tell you right now, the wrong town to come to if you somebody. Our SWAT team will go out looking for you. This case is one of the most horrific cases I ever heard.
On March 25, 2025, 33-year-old Darnell Jones was found in Columbus, Ohio by the Columbus SWAT, who had been narrowing down where he was located over the past couple of days. As law officials tried to arrest him for the unaliving of his 13-year-old daughter Keimani, Darnell was said to have pulled a gun out. In return, the police would fire a non-fatal shot. He then was taken to the hospital and from there, his next home jail. Authorities charged him with felonious harm against a peace officer for the incident in Columbus, but he is expected to be in court for his arraignment in Franklin County on March 26. Just the day prior, in which I made a video covering the tragic situation, investigators found Keimani's body on the second floor of an abandoned house just hours after Darnell was charged with abduction in the teenager's disappearance. Official documents state Darnell was the last person with Keimani before she went missing, and allegedly he gave inconsistent statements about her location and what he did with her. So authorities in Toledo have been looking for him since. Once Keimani's body was found, authorities also charged him with unaliving and felonious harm. Investigators have not yet detailed a motive in the case, but the sickest part of the whole thing is the autopsy determined that she lost her life because of an incised wound on her neck. It was also determined she not only was unalive, but R-worded, and both of her hands were cut off, and she was nearly decapitated, according to the Lucas County Coroner's Office. Ever since the innocent child went missing a week ago, it has been all hands on deck for the community of Toledo. So many were hoping and praying that this would not be the outcome. Darnell himself took to the news when she first disappeared, playing in people's faces, acting as if he was a caring and devoted dad looking for his daughter, when all along he was the one that allegedly took her life on the night he claimed that he came over to sit with her, claiming he and his cousin only stayed an hour at Keimani's grandmother's house, allegedly because she called him scared to be at home alone.
I came over here because she said that if it seemed like somebody was trying to break into the house, so I sat for an hour, me and my cousin, we sat over here, and we left around like 12:30ish.
This was the first big red flag that something was just not adding up, and then all of a sudden, he disappeared. As detectives searched for clues as to what happened to the 13-year-old, they were led to the abandoned home because of surveillance video, phone records, and witness statements. Now, as far as the grandmother goes, Dorothy was released by authorities after speaking with them, and it turns out that she was the one that asked to be in handcuffs. She expressed how she was never arrested, but was scared for her life after people said that they would unalive her.
Yes, well, I spoke with Keimani's grandmother, Dorothy Latigue, who tells me she's been in custody of Keimani for at least the past year. She's been her legal guardian. She wanted to address some of the rumors and speculation online about her being arrested yesterday. She says that it is not the case. That is not the case that she was arrested. And Toledo police have told us the same thing. She was not arrested. She was placed in handcuffs at her house and taken into custody. She and TPD say she was placed into handcuffs for her own safety. She says she is currently scared for her safety, with lots of people trying to blow up her home and do things to her.
People from the neighborhood had contacted me and said that there was a mob in front of my house and they were talking about what they were going to do to me once I came home. So the police, the detective said that she would have a unit come out and help me get my things and more or less escort me off the property. I asked to be handcuffed just so they can get the away from my property.
As the story developed and Keimani was sadly found unalive, one of her teachers broke her silence on social media. She said, "I am not okay. I tried so effing hard to get her removed from this environment. Sweet baby, my heart is broken. The system is broken. I am sick, but mostly just sad. I enjoy being able to teach her, give her a hug every single morning she came into school, because that was all she ever wanted. Her friends tried, I tried, the school staff tried, no one listened. They wouldn't allow her to have a voice, and now she's gone. Thank you at Lucas County Children's Services for your lack of effing care for these children. They absolutely need to be held accountable. We called so many times. Concerned parents called. Bus drivers called. This is the outcome. She would undoubtedly be alive today had they listened. Heartbreakingly, this is becoming way too common, and these young people are being harmed and unalive before they barely hit puberty. And sadly, these things are happening by the very ones that the kids think love them. If what this teacher is saying is true, then there should have definitely been some kind of intervention before things got to the point that this sweet baby lost her life. I'm sure if her father slept with her that night, it was not his first time, and that might have been a demon he started dealing with years ago.
This case is one of the most horrific cases I ever heard. This is a 14-year-old that was murdered, raped, had her hands cut off, and her throat almost cut off. This is an absolute animal that came into our town.
Tanika Williams, who is one of the aunts of Keimani, tells me she wishes she would have taken Keimani with her where she currently lives in Indiana. She feels like maybe that could have prevented all of this and what they're currently going through right now. She tells me she had a close relationship with Keimani. She says Keimani was a very respectful girl and was never mischievous. Right now, Tanika says it's been a rough last few days for her, and the only person she's mad at is whoever did this. She admitted to me that she knows there is some drama between the family, but right now she's not picking sides. She just wants justice for her niece.
And this is just devastating that I have to go through this for the rest of my life, and knowing I'll never have the embrace of my niece, the "Hey TT, what you doing? When you coming down here?" I'll never get to hear that from my baby again, and that's what kills me the most. I just wish that when I was down here last that I had just taken her to Indianapolis with me, so this would have never happened. A lot of things, woulda, coulda, shoulda, but at the end of the day, I just really wish that whatever happened and whoever did this, y'all didn't have to do that to her.
And right now, Tanika says right now what she needs from the community is emotional support. She says she's seen a lot of GoFundMes being posted right now online, but she says that's not helping, as right now they've heard from the funeral home who is going to help pay for the funeral services, she tells me.
Michael Sandlin joins us in studio with more on her background at school. And Michael, I understand Spring Elementary was especially important for her.
Well, Jeff, according to TPS leaders, for a long time, Keimani struggled to find a school that worked for her. She was in and out of 6 different schools and often struggled with behavioral issues. But she found a home at Spring Elementary, developing a positive reputation, even making it on the honor roll. TPD sent out this statement, writing, quote, "The students and staff at Spring Elementary are saddened by the loss of their friend and classmate, Keimani Latigue. Counselors were at the school yesterday and again today to help students and employees cope with this tragedy. The district's 2 therapy dogs are also at the school. Keimani will be remembered as being very personable and someone who got along well with others." Now, we also caught up with a classmate of Keimani's who we found holding up a sign honoring her lost friend outside of her school. Now, with permission from her mom, she told us about who Keimani was to her and how people at school felt today following the news of her death.
She was smart, and then she used to do her work. Sometimes she used to show me how to do some of the works inside my classroom because I didn't understand it. I seen some people crying and stuff, a lot of people crying. And then people just not talking how they usually talk, talking kind of sad and low.
Now, Fisher tells me she hopes Keimani is remembered for her kindness, something the school actually planned to recognize. Keimani was set to win a kindness award later this week, an award she now will never be able to receive.
The red flags were waving all around this family, but the ball was surely dropped. Keimani Latigue's story is eerily similar to Naziah Harris's case, but the only difference is that Keimani's body was found. Both lived with their grandmothers, both were 13 years old, both had been inappropriately touched, and both were 2 innocent, beautiful black children whose lives mattered. It truly makes me mad that he did this baby so badly. Cutting her hands off, most likely to try to get rid of DNA evidence, is pure evil. The pain she had to endure is cruelty on a whole nother level, and people will not treat an animal how this father allegedly treated his own daughter. My heartfelt thoughts and prayers are with all the community of Toledo and all who truly love Keimani. Her life mattered so much, and she should still be here. So please don't forget to comment your continued thoughts and prayers in this difficult situation, and hit that like button and share to make your people aware. And as always, remember to stay woke. Things change quickly.